Karen Stupples with you, taking a look at some of those highlights. Here's Jessica Prevaznik on the 10th.
Very accessible hole location here at the 10th. Players really have to take advantage of it, and Jessica Prevaznik does just that, leaving it nicely below the hole.
Prevaznik had only made 3 cuts so far in her rookie season coming into this week, but this for rounds of 67, 65, she's at 12 under. Nasa Hataoka, how about this start for eagle on 1?
Well, for par 5, being able to hit the green in 2 and then finishing it off like that.
A eagle on 1, Hataoka to 9. She wasn't done yet. Very next hole.
Not an easy putt. You can see how much break this has to the left. Particularly well. Got to be happy with that at this stage of the season.
Some footsteps behind her with Rolex number 2, Nelly Korda. Jars that on the 8th. Korda at 8 under. Under through 2 will certainly do for Hataoka. Gabby Ruffles also playing well. Flip wedge.
Just trying to negotiate that wind, get herself in a good position there. Just run through into the rough, and the ball tends to really sit up in the rough here. We're just going to have another look at birdie.
One of those players who's 66th in the CME points list, top 60 at the end of the season, gets you into the CME Group Tour Championship. A lot for Ruffles to play with to try and improve her positioning latter portion of the season.
There.
Same side, drop back to the second. And then Aki Iwai highlighted. Buries it. What a roll by Aki Iwai. She's joined Nasa Hataoka at 10 under par with a share of second.
Competitive. Almost every tournament she tees it up in. But has been eclipsed by this group of young players from Japan, certainly this season. I think she's going out there with a little bit of a point to prove this week.
Up to the 18th. Ryan O'Toole's 3rd shot to the closing hole, about to wrap up her 2nd round. That'll play.
Yeah, it will.
Keep the putter in the bag. Get the high 5 from the caddy. At the par 3 15th.
Played her college golf in South Carolina.
Third hole once again. Aki Iwai.
It's really well controlled.
Rusin Bouchard on the 15th. Well holed, that's her first birdie on the round.
And out first, going with an 8-iron, see if she can control this.
Watching intently.
Yeah, that was well struck. The wind took it a little left to right.
Aki to pull one back. Well done. Back on the 5th, name golf fans have been familiar with for quite some time. Lucy Lee in her 3rd year on the LPGA Tour at 5 under par. And they're tight. That was just a moment ago. This cut's been turning things around now. Hataoka scrambling at 6.
Yeah, ball line just fine. Aggressive play there back into the wind. It's going to miss left, but a good chance to save par.
Ruffles as we drop to 5.
A little bit downhill.
Cozies it up there, didn't have a chance. The errant tee shot will lead to the drop shot and a bogey 6. Hataoka on the 6th. Just short. Tom, is this the first you're hearing of High Rocks?
Yeah, I'd never heard of this before. I had no idea what it was when it was mentioned to me.
Find her here on the par 3 15th.
Only playing 120 yards today. Hole location closer to the front bunker than it was yesterday.
Yeah, that flag today tucked over on the right side of the green, protected by the bunker, and this is safely left of the flag into the heart of the green.
Holds that back portion, tough stretch.
You just have to really make sure you stay down low through the ball. Which she did nicely.
She sure did. That came out beautifully with a little lower trajectory.
At the 6, Ruffles. How does she respond after the bogey the previous hole?
There's that tough hole where everybody was missing right, but she was able to judge the wind nicely there.
Aki Iwai to remain at 11.
Should have a little right to left to it.
Just up and out of that quite quickly there. I think she knew as soon as she made contact with it that it wasn't what she wanted.
Her birdie barrage comes to a screeching halt on the 4th, her first bogey. Back out to the 6, Hataoka. Short one, 7.
Nelly doing her job.
Caroline Masson, 128th in the CME points list. Lurking right around that cut number on the 18th. She's about to make the turn. This is their 9th hole.
Trying to get inside that top 100.
Would have felt she could have still got it close, but the aggressive nature has paid off, and this one just out to the right of the flag doesn't need to spin too much, and she will be rewarded with a good birdie chance.
Outstanding rookies. Nice smooth swing there. Did not try to muscle that.
Able to manufacture her game, and we've just seen her make 10-footer after 10-footer like she has done all season long. Gabby Ruffles in flight at the 7th.
She'll have a good opportunity downhill, which will be nice as these greens get a little bit slower.
I think when she looks at the leaderboard, she looks at the quality of players that are in the mix here for the next couple of days. She knows that she needs to take advantage of that kind of length putt. It doesn't do so on this occasion.
No, and when you start off quickly and then you kind of go into a little bit of a lull, which is what she's in at the moment. But they have different games, Kay.
They do. They do. I mean, Aki, I think, is much more dynamic because she has that extra gear and that length. And I would say Chisato is probably a little more well-rounded.
Get her back to 9 under to share a 3rd.
Well, what a good-looking putt that was. Didn't waver from that line.
Into some better form. And this club needs to keep working. Didn't work on the last green, and it doesn't work there. So that's going to be something to watch for NASA as we continue our coverage. If that putter goes cold, that has been the difference for her over the last couple of years, I think.
This is that front hole location. A little deep, but on the green.
Oh, that looked like a beautiful swing. If it hangs in there, wind trying to drift it right.
It certainly was. I mean, it is lovely to watch, isn't it?
She does, and it probably just gives us a little insight to sometimes maybe a little bit less confidence than she should have. And for them to embark on this professional career and be so successful at this age as well, it's really quite remarkable. I mean, they're proven winners over in Japan, and now are proven winners here in the United States.
Because I used to eat a whole bunch of bananas.
That's pretty good.
Natalie Golbus, if you're listening, that was you.
Well done. Pride and authorship there, Ruffles. Yep. All over it. What a shot to 9.
Feels like the wind's mostly left to right, not helping as much. So that was really well done. I think she learned from Chisato coming up short.
Of learning new courses together.
Bump and run for Hataoka.
Oh, aggressive.
Oh, it's way too much. Way too much. I actually thought that she would fancy chipping that in. That's a really poor shot there, Karen.
Ruffles, one last look. A 2 to get her to 10.
Yeah, this needs to go in, I think, for Nasa. She's missed 2 good birdie chances the last couple of holes. It's a very similar length here to save par, and this would be a... Yeah, that's really good.
Wow.
I think that just keeps the momentum going. I mean, she had less than 100 yards with her second shot. To drop a shot there would have been unthinkable, really. So, good putt there in the end.
little putt now for birdie, a 7-footer.
Left all the way. So Aki not only has bragging rights for long drive, but also lifelong bragging rights coming out first. Gabby Ruffles is crossed to the backside. Second shot to the par 4 10th.
We've seen this whole location is quite accessible. Players can attack it. Kind of like that.
Nearly hoops it.
Mm-hmm.
Wind feels like it's died down a bit. Oh, that was a beautiful, smooth swing. And what a result.
Progressive Insurance.
Can she match the shot? No, not this time. Chisato gets the better of the two. However, like I mentioned yesterday, I think you don't mind these downhill putts, because at least you know you can get it there pretty easily.
They'll come up a bit short. Nearly tap-in range on the 10th.
For the wind to not affect the pitch as much as it would do if you were hitting it from further away.
Chisato easy does it. That's a par on the 8th.
Can be kind of an awkward length, so we'll see, but it is into the breeze, so playing probably around 70, and you've got to get it over that ridge in the middle of the green to give herself a good chance. She's done that, and it didn't quite get the stop because it was, I think, maybe a little too close to the green there, Karen.
1 under has you T62 at the moment. Remember, his top 65 in ties will make the cut at the LOTTE Championship. Oh, carries the bunker.
There you go.
First player we've seen get home in 2. That for Eagle. Bailey Tardy just starting the back 9. Her second to the 10th.
Pretty straightforward looking swing there. Producing a great result.
Poor Vosnik. Third shot up to the par 5. That first share of the lead.
Birdie putt. No problem.
She was unafraid of the comebackers. Can we get an eagle?
Yep.
Heck of an eagle by Jennifer Kupcho. She was up and out of that one pretty quick.
She was, and she was looking at the line, like it did something that she wasn't expecting. But I think it was just a hint of a mishit with that.
Top Tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance. Comes to a screeching halt on the 15th green. Hataoka to cap off the 2-putt par from 70 feet.
Good 2-putt there.
Lou in her 7th season on the LPGA Tour.
It's good getting that one to dance.
Center cut in at 3 under now.
And just get a sense of what that breeze is going to do. This plays probably a yard or 2 uphill, down the breeze. Good line here for Nasser if it's the right number.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've seen some really good shots from these Ernie L designed bunkers, but they are pretty deep.
See if Aki from 91 yards can get inside her sister. Hitting off a slight downhill lie.
Almost identical.
Pretty close.
On the green. Yeah, well done. A lot of support for this group.
to lose just one. The bogey, she slides back to 10.
I know she's hungry for a birdie.
Putter's gone icy.
It's so important.
The par 3.
The player who hits it a long way can generate quite a bit of spin on her shots.
One of the best ones we've seen. Gabby Ruffles has only missed a couple of greens. Fairway on the 13th.
That almost was a slam dunk.
Can't quite feel all of the strength of the wind down on this fairway. There are some mounds down the right. This one on a very aggressive line. Good shot there. Looked like she was going to try and keep it down a little bit, which is what she's done. This right of the flag, drawing left of it, and a really nice shot. If it just stays there, she's going to have a good look for back-to-back birdies. 3 times, which is considered their premier event over there.
A 6-time winner on both tours, both the LPGA Tour.
Oh, just at the last minute, she just made a little adjustment to push that more out to the right. It's just enough.
Not an easy shot. Ball well below her feet. Has a ridge to deal with. See if she can get up and over that little ridge. And Karen, I do agree with you. If you're not going to pull it off,
Hitting the shorter shot.
Aki.
what would you say to Charlie Hull, who says unless she's firing at flag sticks, golf is boring?
Up 3 to 15, Hataoka.
Yeah, this one's going to go left to right.
Overread it.
Just hit it too hard on that line, yeah.
Eight of them played in the morning wave. So the low scores, all the really low scores, happened early. So you had a lot of good low scores that were playing this afternoon from yesterday's round, but it's hard to maintain that. Not only are you trying to back up her...
Maybe 3 past the front, 155. Sounded solid. A little left to right movement.
Oh, that's lovely. Leaving it nicely below the hole. Great opportunity there.
Remember, she 3-putted with a birdie opportunity last hole. Here's Gabby Ruffles. Right on line and a foot short. Aki. Double digits at 10 under.
There it is. She waited a long time for that 4th birdie today.
All packed up in bubble wrap, and it was perfectly packed and arrived in one piece, and fantastic.
So we got a major champ here in Patty Tavatanakit. What about your trophy for winning the AIG Women's Open?
Yesterday, as Kay was mentioning, late in the day, it lulled, and it was just beautiful. This one right at the flag. And trying to get it to come back a little bit.
Should also go from left to right.
2 now, back to back. Great lines, just a few inches short. But I think she'll look at her round and think, oh, I could have got...
Hataoka on the 16th. Let's see if she can get within one shot. Slides up there.
It's so funny when these groups teed off.
Patty Tavatanakit has put the pieces together this week, but can't make that for birdie. So she's at 7 under among the top 10.